here, and we have been running all over downtown Seattle in search of brand new games for you. Peter's got one to talk to you about in just a moment. A little fan service for people who love old school RPG.
Actually, well, it's from an old school developer, but it's a new game in an old school series. But we'll get to that. You saw Game 4 from Behemoth, right?
Yes, I saw the brand new game from the Behemoth. You know, the guys who did Castle Crashers and Battle Block Theater. Humor has always been a big part of those guys' games, but in this one, it seems like the humor is like notched up about 11 more points because whereas those games were very like kind of twitch-based, reflexy platformer action games, this is a tactical action RPG, hex-based movement system, turn-based. You got to take your time. It's very kind of methodical, but the humor is absolutely batshit insane. Let me paint you a picture.
Okay, all right.
A giant celestial bear monster is floating through space and collides into Earth, which causes the very fabric of space and time to unravel. And you play just a humble blueberry farmer named Horatio, who is just trying to survive amidst the chaos that happens when the green bear blood acid is raining down from the heavens and causing everybody to turn into absolute assholes.
All right, I'm with you. I got it.
And from there, you can imagine that it probably gets a little bit insane. It's totally ridiculous, but the sense of humor, oh my god. I was just cracking up constantly during the demo. It looks really good.
You were telling me that there is a narrator that sort of, is describing what you're doing, and he picks on you half the time, and you are, like, as the player character, reacting to him?
Yeah, so the player character, like, the narrator is kind of a jerk, and he's picking on you, and he's teasing you constantly. He kind of strikes you as an unreliable narrator. Maybe he's reliable, maybe he's telling the truth, but he's just a jerk bag. But it's the same guy from Battle Block Theater, so, like, totally insane, but it looks really, really cool.
Nice. Well, you know what? I'm going to take this mic, and I'm going to talk about Final Fantasy Type-0, which is not a game that's very...
I can't let go of the mic. I need a little...
Give me that microphone.
Fine.
All right. Not a game that's very funny at all. It's actually a very serious game, especially for Final Fantasy. This game came out on the PSP in Japan 3 years ago.
Yep.
We were going to get it out in the West. Didn't happen because apparently the PSP was flagging. Square Enix was not too happy about that.
I will not have you speak ill of the PSP in my presence.
Patience. Okay. So at E3 last year, Square Enix silently slipped this announcement that Type-0 is coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and I got a chance to see the game. They didn't let me play it. And so this game, it's sort of like a Harry Potter-esque setup. You control...
Let's unpack that. What do you mean by that?
I'm getting there. So
okay.
You control a cast of 14 characters that are students at a school for magic, basically. But it takes a really dark turn. So you are in this one nation of many nations, and all of a sudden, everyone kind of descends upon your nation, and you're at war. And it's like, hey, I know you guys are just figuring this out, but you got to defend the whole country. So good luck.
Have fun.
Yeah, and the game is it's a real-time action RPG, and you swap between all these characters at once to do stuff. And it looked really great. Like for a PSP game being up-res for HD. I wasn't expecting it to look that good, but it turns out they're using models from the cutscenes of the game and using those in real time.
Okay.
And then applying all sorts of great like lighting techniques and things like that. They're still not talking release date. Right now it's just PS4 and Xbox One, but they were playing it on a PC. It's made with DirectX 11. So maybe it'll come out, but they're not talking about it yet.
Yeah, hopefully, never know. Like gameplay-wise, what makes it different from a Final Fantasy Tactics or that type of game?
Well, Tactics obviously is like the strategy Final Fantasy where you're on a grid taking turns. I mean, this is not turn-based like that or any other Final Fantasy. It's all real-time. So it's actually kind of like maybe closer to like Realm Reborn, like the online Final Fantasy, or Final Fantasy 12. You know, you're running around the map, you see a bunch of enemies, and you swap between characters to cast magic on them. But honestly, it's after 13, which was kind of kind of boring. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to something different, and that's what we're getting from Type-0.
Cool. Any other little surprises that you've seen around the show floor so far?
Something I can't talk about just yet. But definitely stay tuned to GameSpot. I've been speaking to a lot of Japanese developers and a lot of really cool things, including some things that were announced last year at PAX. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. Like, how soon is this happening? Am I going to go to GameSpot this afternoon?
Tomorrow night.
Okay.
Tomorrow night.